I remember sitting in my nan's house, and we go to my nan's every day after school, and I'm sitting in my nan's house. Then all of a sudden, this voice said, "I hope she dies," and I didn't say it. I would never say anything like that, and that's what it said. And I'm sitting there like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck, brain? Like, I didn't know what it was.
I can recall being, small child, I don't know, 7, 8, whatever. And I did go through a strange phase of separation anxiety. If I wasn't with my parents, I was convinced something would happen to them. Obviously, like I had some, I don't know, magic power or something, which is crazy, obviously. But yeah, I felt that I was kind of responsible for them. So if I wasn't there, I don't know, there'd be a car accident or the house would burn down or something. If I was there, then everything was okay. Even at that age, I can remember feeling like that. And that probably got stronger as I got older. I can remember going on school trips. I would always come home early because I would worry too much that something bad would happen because I wasn't there to be in control of it.
I have a little sister, and I picked up her uniform. Her uniform was on the wardrobe, and I picked it up off the hanger. Then all of a sudden it just said, "Rape her in her uniform," and that's disturbing. That's disgusting. It's stuff like, it's just horrible. And I thought I was going mad, because if you Google that you got headache, it says you got brain cancer. So I'm googling, like, because I didn't know how to describe it. I only described it as a voice. So if I'm typing in like, voice in my head, horrible things, it's coming up as obviously schizophrenia, stuff like that. So I'm panicking, like I don't know what it is.
I've been round in the middle of the night buying new toothbrushes because I couldn't be sure my children hadn't used my toothbrush and they might have got HIV because my gums might have bled, because what if, la 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 la. Oh my God. I thought I'd poisoned my headmaster with a cake that I cooked. I mean, driving around in the middle of the night looking for his house. I don't know where he lives. That's insane. I can see that it's completely insane, but you have to do something about it. You can't just sit with it. It can't just sit there and take you smiling, don't you? You have to do something about it, and you have to do something about it now.
My ex got skin cancer, and that was what sort of alerted me to problems with your health and your body and moles on your body. So I started checking the odd mole on my body, and that got a little bit obsessive with checking the moles. Then my wife, she got skin cancer, and that made it even worse. So I was really, every time I saw a mole, I used to like pick it off. So I've got scars all over my legs where the moles have been picked off. It's frightening because with me, I'm always thinking I've got cancer. So like if someone was diagnosed with it, the fear that you go through, I have that fear 24/7, and I have bad days, and I have good days but still slightly bad. There's never a day really goes by where I feel okay, and I've had so much therapy. I've had every single thing you can think of. I've had kinesiology, I've had acupuncture, I've had your normal therapy, I've been to group sessions, and nothing seems to work for me. So I'm obviously on tablets. I'm on sertraline, which is a common anxiety drug. It takes the edge off of it, but it's just really tough. I think once you get it, it's very difficult to get rid of it, and I envy anyone who's actually conquered it, because I'm at a loss.
False memories probably are arguably worse than the voice. I'd rather the thoughts than the false memories. With OCD, it makes you think that you've committed a crime. It makes you think that you've done something wrong, and even though you know yourself as a person, it doesn't matter because it's in your head. I have false memories that I have done something wrong, not just wrong like on a robbed a book. I mean wrong, like morally wrong, like illegal. It makes you feel like you're a paedophile. OCD does. There's a paedophile side of OCD. I have a little sister. She's 2 years old now. I've never been able to change her nappy because how the OCD makes me feel. And it makes, like, I get uncomfortable around kids. I don't like it.
worrying that you're a paedophile is the biggest part I find of OCD. There are lots of other factors. I mean, the paedophilia issue is the biggest one. It's the best way I can describe OCD, as we've talked about, is the what if. The what if, the false memories, the did you do this? Did you do it? What if you did do it? You probably didn't, and it's probably fine, but you can't prove that you didn't do it. There's not that categoric proof. I can't be absolutely sure.
My wife, she's put up with some rubbish from me with this, because that really can affect anything with your partner, to the stage where people do end up leaving, their partners because of OCD and anxiety. It's a terrible thing, but it's a hidden thing. Like half my friends don't know I even have it, because with anxiety, you try to hide it.
There was a point when it got that bad. It got so bad, and I just, I'd say I'd be sitting in a car, and it got that bad that I didn't care if it crashed or if it caught fire or anything, because it got to the point where the thought of not being here anymore, it took away everything.
Say it out loud, even if it's to a mate or to, not necessarily a doctor, but find a support group. Even go online. There's lots of forums. I found a lot of forums online that I joined, and you can be anonymous, all the rest of it. That really helped. I now know, I understand it. Understanding why you feel like that, and it isn't just you, and there's a reason, and you're not this terrifying person that's going to do all these terrible things. And somebody once told me that OCD will pick on the things you find the most traumatic. So actually, you're almost the reverse of the things you hate. If you think you're going to be a paedophile, that is the most abhorrent, awful, terrible thing you could be. So you're just not going to be it, Again, I laugh, but it's about finding out. It's about saying it out loud. I found the group setting massively helpful. So if you can find a local group, that really, really helped me. But as I say, online, certainly. There's lots of ways. Just find out what you can find out.
Try not to be alone when it happens. It's the worst thing. You have a good friend come over and visit you, and when you get a panic attack, don't sit and suffer in silence. It's the only thing I can really say. And I haven't, like today, I've asked my wife to be here in case I did get a bit emotional, because I know her being here, she's like my rock, and I'll feel better. So I'd not be alone, I think, is the thing, and try all the different therapies. If they work for you, fine, but don't be alone, I think, is the best thing.
With time, OCD does go. OCD will fade and it gets easier. I mean, it's easier said than done, but it does. I've suffered with it 4 years now, and I've been from the lowest, and I'm coping with it just fine. I mean, even just looking at me, people won't think what's going on in my head, but it does really, really, 100%, it gets easier. And I just want people out there to know that it does, even when you're at your lowest point and the OCD is torturing you, saying that you've done this, you've done that, you've caused this, or none of it is true.